Hey guys, how you guys doing? Well, this evening I have an exclusive interview with Tyrese Gibson. Today, you guys know he had his hearing in regards to his divorce. Well, it was a hearing having to do with the amount of attorney fees he had to pay. You know, he had to pay $399,000, as well as the arbitration costs and all these different things. Today I had the opportunity to be in there in the courtroom, and I must say that the system. It's one thing if you have somebody who's a deadbeat dad, but it's another thing to have somebody who's trying to do the right thing and taking care of their children, right? The system is so like warped, so messed up. It's kind of weird how an individual who is doing everything they can to provide for their children and still get screwed in the justice system. He had a prenuptial agreement, and a prenuptial agreement seems like it was just paper to wipe your butt. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, I am going to present to you the interview, the exclusive interview. It was myself and one other reporter that was there, and I know glad I could assist you today. Oh God. Well, we're gonna give a shout out to Mr. Dennis Byron, who said that he was glad to assist me today. I don't know how he assisted me, but okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the interview that I had with Mr. Gibson. Okay, let me just go ahead on and bring this up to you guys. I'm gonna start off from right here. All right, just bear with me a second. I'm trying to get my stuff bearings. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. All right, here we go.
Okay, so I just want to start off and get into just a broad sense of what occurred today for individuals who don't really understand as far as what you've been facing for years. Can you just give us a breakdown, a brief, of what you've been enduring over the past few years with this particular case?
Well, first, I
Those
have
who
to
want to
say
see me,
that
go onto my YouTube. You can see it
to
better.
this day, on the personal, I don't come
See, I'm up
from
in the sprinter, y'all. I'm in the
a
sprinter.
long stream of family members that were actual examples
It's
of
called
how to get married
exclusive
and how to do it and
footage.
do it for the rest of your life.
Exclusive.
And I also don't come from a family or a community where you had all of these great examples.
Take it
of
off
what
his
to be,
face. Okay, I make
who
it
to be,
lighter.
and how to go about becoming successful.
Hold on a second. I make the
So,
band and
you
that's
know, if
because
my
people be
mother
trying to
was
steal
like
my stuff. I
Natalie
try to make it
Cole
light.
or,
Oh, how about that? How about that?
Patti LaBelle, then it's expected of me to become a singer and be successful at it. So everything that I have, that I've worked my ass off for from the beginning, has never been given to me. It's never been passed on to me. And more importantly, no one has ever showed me how to get it. And more importantly, how to sustain whatever I'm ultimately going to get. It's never given to me. I rode no coattails. There was no cliques and entourages that gave me an opportunity to really set me up for success.
Look,
so to go to court,
don't worry about how distracting it is. I'm tired of people stealing my stuff. I don't want nobody stealing my stuff. Be distracted, sir. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm talking to Dennis on the other side. He harassing me.
And unlike the mother of my child, because I have two children. I have a 15-year-old, Shayla, and I have now a 4-year-old, and she was 1 year old when her mother took her from me and filed for divorce. I think marriages happen, Marriages go, families fall apart. It happens all the time for various different reasons. But I think of all things, people should know that there's three things that has kept me up at night. For one, I feel like I let God down because I really wanted to get married and do it for the rest of my life. I don't feel successful because to grow up in a house with a divorced mother and father multiple
Oh, yeah,
times,
see you on the other side.
I wanted to be the opposite. of
Instagram,
it so
come to the
bad
other side.
to then
Infamous
end up
Sylvia. I'll
becoming
see you
them.
on the other side.
The reason why us as men specifically are predominantly in prison and we get this sense that our kids or children are being raised by wolves is because the head of the household is gone, locked away in jail, or whatever the circumstances may be. They may choose to not be involved in the child's life, but that's not my story. Irregardless of what pictures are painted, I've told my daughters from the beginning, I never want you to confuse me being busy with me being uninvolved or me not loving you as a father. And I also never want you to confuse what I'm giving you and what I'm paying for and equate that to how much I love you. Love comes from the heart. You don't love somebody because you can buy them something. So for her to take that away from me, I never cheated. There was never any physical abuse. Everyone argues, everyone has conflicts and disagreements, especially when you get in a marriage and this is not her second or third relationship with an entertainer. It's a lot, and it was a lot for her to sign up for and try and wrap her head around. But I wasn't a regular guy working a regular job, and then I suddenly got a record deal and became an entertainer and became successful. So the dynamic of our marriage was never established on a normal basis. I was already who I was, and she was a supporter and fan of mine musically and my films. So for her to act as if I didn't know what I was signing up for and ultimately decide that it feels to her that my career is more important than my marriage and my family, you have no idea how devastating that's been from the beginning. Now, fast forward into now this is about tax returns. Now this is about timeshare. How many days and weeks at a time are you physically with the child versus the mother? Well, if your job or non-job in most cases allows for you to be available 24 hours, 7 days a week, that doesn't make you a better parent. That doesn't make you a more involved parent. That means that you're more available than the working parent who happens to have a job that requires them to travel on location in order for us to have something. And so the courts, the family law court system for years has set you up to go to jail and be under penalty of perjury and get all kind of hell's wrath dropped down on you. If you're out of work and you can't work, you can't win. And if you are working and doing whatever it takes to put food on the table and take care of your family, you get your ass caved in for that as well. So I moved to Georgia. Samantha may think I wanted to move to Atlanta to get married in Atlanta because I just felt like it. No, I was aware of the Georgia laws pertaining to marriage, pertaining to deviations, pertaining to Fulton County and where things normally land. It doesn't matter if you're worth 10 million, 5 million, or 100,000. There are certain laws that are in place that stopped you from getting hit over the head and quote unquote raped with this open-ended checkbook the way they normally do in New York or California. Also, it's very clear that the cost of living in Georgia is on a very low level compared to getting into the cost of living in New York, Los Angeles, where I was born and raised. So I was really hoping that irregardless of this peak in income, which is normally tied into one of the films that I do, that they wasn't going to hold me to some tax returns from years ago versus where I am now. And lastly, I think one of my biggest disappointment is not only am I homeless or feel homeless without the sanctuary in the home that I had in my marriage and my family, which became everything that I didn't have because I've been successful for over 20 years. But ultimately, I married a woman who sold me on how frugal she was. A woman that said to me, I wear $10 sundresses. I've never been into money. I don't care about homes and materialistic things. I don't care about women that wear matching shoes and handbags. Like, she was very, very specifically condescending towards women who are out here using and pimping and manipulating and taking advantage or having babies with athletes and entertainers with the motivation to get money out of them, to then ultimately have it to appear to me and everybody now involved that she is everything that she sold me on not being, pertaining to her character and her motivation. And she was a social worker when I met her, which is beautiful, right? That takes you to have a big heart and be selfless on behalf of the community, to be a voice for the voiceless. I specifically helped and did whatever it took. I put her through mentoring classes. I arranged whatever phone call I could make to encourage her to go from being a social worker to an LCSW licensed clinical social worker. And I stood up for weeks in the middle of the night while filming a movie to use the cue cards to help her memorize everything that she had to test for. So ultimately, she's now an LCSW. She's selling meal plans online. She's writing books. She's doing interviews and podcasts. She's actually making upwards of $180,000 a year. And that's a lot of money living in Atlanta. So our daughter, specifically, is very much so taken care of. We had a prenuptial agreement that says if I or you leave the marriage, what I get has all been solidified. There's nothing to argue about. Your lawyer I never hired your lawyer. We did whatever it took to make sure that what we signed and what we agreed to was a clear understanding, and our signature was at the top of every page. So now there's an argument and this ambiguous discussion in and around what was established on our prenuptial agreement, which clearly states what it states. And if you want to argue about what it states, you have the legal right to do so. But what it also states in my prenup is the moment that you choose to argue about the validity of the context of this prenuptial agreement, you are 100% on the hook financially to pay for your own legal fees. We're approaching $650,000 with a prenuptial agreement that's in place that was supposed to get rid of all of these unexpected expenses. I believe Tanya Mitchell Graham is one of the best attorneys. Well, I can tell you she's the best attorney I've ever had in my life. Ever. It's the best law firm I've ever been represented by, period. So whether it seems like we losing right now or not, I know where her heart has been. And instead of it appearing that she's representing me, trying to milk this into 30 invoices, she's been trying to nip this thing in the bud and close it out from the beginning. So I know it kills her to send a new retainer to ask me for more legal fees because we ain't been able to wrap this all up yet. So at the end of the day, I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding because my marriage failed. I'm bleeding because the last thing I wanted to do was have another child and not be a part of my daughter's life on the day-to-day and be fully present in Soraya's life. I'm bleeding because this woman sold me on something that she's literally not, and her intentions. I'm the actor in the marriage, so I thought. I mean, this woman deserves an Oscar for how she was able to convince me of all that she is and all that she intended to do and be towards this marriage. I am confused that anybody would physically put their bodies through the full duration of a pregnancy with intentions of turning it into a payday. What about the child? What about the mental health of the child who purposely wants to raise a child separate? There are single parents out here who tried to do everything they could to not raise their child that way. We had a real opportunity to do it differently. So as I got emotional speaking to letting God down, I gave God my word to thick and thin, for better, for worse, in sickness and health, till death do us part. And neither one of us are dead. So what are we doing here? And why are we in court? And why are we talking about TMZ and headlines and cameras? Why are we doing all of this? When everything about if the marriage dissolved was already figured out. It's called a pre-nuptial agreement. Prior to the nuptials, this is who gets what, and this is how it all breaks down. So therefore, what are we doing? Why are we here? I know I'm an entertainer. I know I'm a public figure. It doesn't matter what I say or do. Cameras and blogs and media is always going to follow me. And you know what's also interesting? As they decided to play victim on what I'm now posting suddenly, there has been over 2 years of Samantha hosting Miracle Mondays on her Instagram. She called my current girlfriend a Jezebel, as if my current girlfriend asked to be here. She was not a mistress. She was not a side chick. She was not somebody I was hanging out with on the low. The only reason I'm in another relationship is because you left your husband and refused to come back. So now you're going to attack the person that I chose to be with? It's unbelievable. You've been doing blogs and interviews for over 2 years. My lawyer said, you know how vocal you are. You know how outspoken you are. Just do us all a favor and just leave it alone and don't say nothing. Because anything you say and do can and will be used against you in a court of law. She stated that. However, once the divorce trial was over, and we realized that after my lawyer giving me a gag order for 2 years and saying, don't say nothing, when it was finally time for us to say something, every time my attorney tried to speak, she was shut down. Every time I tried to speak, I was shut down. And if you want to know how he shut me down, just look at the footage that went viral because of him, not because of me. Here sits a man that never wanted to be in court, never wanted to retain an attorney, never wanted any of this to ever happen, period. The overall divorce. And if the divorce was going to happen, everything about who gets what has already been established in the pre-nuptial. So now we doing all of this that's turned into a whole shitstorm that all could have been avoided.
A question.
So thank y'all for hearing me out on that.
So, and this may be a legal question. So that was the prenuptial agreement, and the arbitrator decided to go against what was in the initial contract.
They had an arbitrator to look at the language in and around the terms in and around legal fees. And then the arbitrator made a judgment about the legal fees or how she interpreted the language in and around it. And that opened up a door for me to now financially be on the hook for legal fees that clearly states that if you want to argue about the validity of this prenuptial agreement as a contested versus non-contested, if it's non-contested, there's nothing to argue about. We understand that everything that we sign in this paperwork is 100% true on both sides. Nothing to argue about. Non-contested. It's been contested from the beginning.
Yeah, right. Well, let me just say that the premarital agreement is very clear. And what I think and what I was arguing today is that the arbitrator overstepped her authority. Because clearly there's only 2 paragraphs in the provision in the prenup that talks about attorney's fees. And it says basically, if the divorce is uncontested, Tyrese will pay the fees. Then the second paragraph says, if she contests the validity of the prenup, well, she didn't contest it, or if there is any issue that's contested other than child support, then Samantha shall pay all of her legal fees, costs, and expenses.
100%.
100%. And so for whatever
You want
reason,
to argue about it, you gotta pay for it.
right. So for whatever reason, the arbitrator says in her arbitration award, the only issues that are before me in the divorce are interpretation of this agreement, child support, and of course custody. Those things cannot be contracted out in a prenuptial agreement. So she, on the one hand, says the only issue is child support, which is an exception, but then she goes into an analysis of the spousal support, which had limits in the prenup, and you don't get to those limits unless the judge decided that spousal support was warranted. So if the judge says you're entitled to alimony, here are the limitations. For whatever reason, the arbitrator focused on that. And so she, in making her ruling, she just talked about really the spousal support, which she just said was not an issue. She doesn't say if the divorce is contested or not contested. She doesn't acknowledge that there is an issue other than child support that's being addressed. And then she simply said, Mr. Gibson shall pay all the fees. Once she did that, it was open season on attorney's fees, because this was the most protracted delayed litigation that you could ever see. It's the $524,000 worth of so-called uncontested attorney's fees.
Yeah, there's no such thing as being uncontested where you're approaching $600,000. It's every bit of a contested.
Right.
That's definitely, we're here arguing, and the invoices are piling up. If there's no argument, there's no invoices.
Right.
So for the contract was broken.
And keep in mind, okay, full transparency. If you look at the moment that Samantha filed for divorce versus when I forcibly had to retain an attorney, I did everything imaginable to get away from seeking and finding and retaining attorney. I had every first lady of every church I've ever known to call Sam. I can give you names. They all called, they all tried. We tried everything imaginable to say, look, man, maybe you got mad, maybe you had a moment, maybe, we just need to let things calm down. And then I finally was getting to a place where if we let another 30, 40 days go by without me retaining an attorney and actually responding to all of this stuff that was sent over in her initial divorce papers, then I would have set myself up for failure. So in comes my new mama. I feel like my mama showed up via an attorney, and that's Tanya Mitchell Grant, the best lawyer in the world. And it has nothing to do with where we're sitting, because the outcome, I promise you, God's going to get all the glory, right? Sometimes you got to go low. Sometimes you got to deal with those levels of discomfort, because what's about to happen on behalf of every father, let's say this, on behalf of every woman who may be the higher income earner in her marriage or relationship, I don't want nobody to come to court and ever experience what I just experienced. And it's been going on for many moons. And you basically can come to court as a man, and it's like a preset McDonald's menu. It doesn't matter what you say, what you do, what you present, what receipts, what proof you have. Everything is always going to work out in the direction of. So now, let's talk about the woman who says, I don't care about celebrities, money, materialistic things, mansions. I don't do it for that. I've never been into that. I've had a lot of celebrities trying to talk to me, get with me. I've never been into it before. Not only do you have an attorney, you have 2 law firms. And since you have retained not 1, but 2 law firms, you've only paid them a total of $15,000, or was it $7,500? $7,500 is the only amount of money that Samantha has paid 2 law firms that have been retained to pile up on me.
Because they've been expecting to get
the pot of gold.
the pot of gold at the end
at
of
the end of the rainbow.
I do have a question.
But here's the thing. If you're at $7,500 to retain 2 different law firms and they're banking on the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, they do understand that with the bank statements that was all sent over, they are representing a client that could actually financially do more than the 7,500 because she's making well over 150 a year. So, and then they're also seeing her actual spending habits. So they're saying, look, man, we only want $7,500 from you, which is really, you should ask yourself some questions, whether you're a man or a woman, ask yourself some questions. When somebody to say, we really like you and we really believe in your case, who's going to be willing to let $500,000 worth of legal fees pile up because they like somebody? Listen, a lot of people like me. They don't like me to run up $500,000 worth of legal fees, right? Not knowing if you're going to actually, have that to materialize. And then to be at $7,500 and see that your client is making about $180,000 a year, and you don't ask her to pay any other legal fees, and it's been over 2 years, and it's been her that's drugged this all out. It's obvious that this non-celebrity, non-rich, famous person that she claims to not be into, it's obviously a game. And at the end of the day, this beautiful little girl named Soraya is going to be the one and has been the one directly affected. She never asked to be here.
I see this all the time with the attorneys because I represent so many different cases, doing appeals. I see this all the time.
Mm-hmm. And it's certain law firms that run up a bill when they have a client that can pay.
Yeah.
So just because he has the money, that doesn't mean that his money should go for attorney's fees or that he should be subjected to going to court to come up with a child support number. And now you've got to buy a house. And that's what I was saying today. How do I advise a client that's going into court in Fulton County now on a child support case or a divorce case? Because you can literally walk out of there and now have to buy the mother a house. I mean, there's a high income deviation, but shouldn't that deviation relate somewhat to the needs of the child?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that Mr. Gibson testified to at trial is that he said, we didn't spend.
Hold on a second. Y'all see the silhouette back there? You see the same top I have on? So all the ones who think I was not inside the Sprinter, there's my silhouette right there in the window with the same top. Okay, sorry. So I had to break in and do that. I had to, because folks be like, oh, she just copying on that. No, that's me inside of there, inside the Sprinter. Okay, sorry.
$10,000 a month on Soraya when we live together.
One thing I'm going to be looking at that I wanted to say before.
Say that again.
Right. One thing I want to.
I am a multi-millionaire. My money may fluctuate and go up and down. And since our daughter was born while living under the same roof with 2 parents are doing really well for ourselves, we, as parent and co-parent, never spent $10,690 on our child.
Hold on, Rand. You know I gotta be petty, right? Because first, they're gonna be like, that ain't, she just got that video for somebody else. It's not her. You know I have to be petty because I have to show it's me in there. It's me. Me and this other guy was in there. I had to do that because these people, man, they hate.
While we were together. So where does this all of a sudden huge, gigantic number come from that is connected to the survival of a child? You never made that kind of money to afford $10,690 of a life for Soraya. It was never required of you. So where did this sudden life and expense come from for a one that's now 4 years old? We wasn't spending that kind of money on Soraya per month when we were together.
Right. But in the.
Hold on, y'all. Gotta get the rest. Hold on. Marquita, hold on. Let me get the other part. Hold on. Spitting Fire, where you been? She's been gone. Thanks, sis. Hold on, Spitting Fire. You gotta get your song. Hold on, you gotta get your song. Wait till you hear your song for that donation, y'all. Hold on. Gotta get the donation song. Hold on. Spitting Fire, you in for it now. Hold on. You ready? Okay, that was for you, Spitting Fire. That was for the money. I have a new that's all the ones that be donating. That's what you're gonna hear. Okay, hold on.
Support obligation comes up to $2,100, and this judge added a high income deviation of $8,500 for 3 reasons listed in the final judgment and decree, which were: number one, so that the mother can buy a house. Now, there's no case law. I've got a couple other attorneys here.
I'm gonna go to other states.
Yeah, there's just no case law, but you have to buy a house for the mother. Number two, it says so that she could work less. The final judgment and decree says that she gets this high income deviation so that she can work less. She's got 1 job as an LCSW, 3 jobs on social media, and it says that she wants to work less, right? And then number 3, it says that she needs to be able to pay her half of the agreed upon daycare and private school, if any. So the parties have a separate agreement that they're both paid for daycare and private school 50-50. And then the court nullifies that by ordering that Tyrese pay her enough money to pay her share of the 50% of daycare and private school.
So she don't get to pay anything.
Basically. So that's the problem. That's another one of the issues that we have.
If the parties can agree to stay, is there an agreement that y'all were going to pay for the
school? Yes.
School tuition?
Yes.
Because the reason I bring that up is because the court can't award it.
We did.
The child's not in.
Right. But he does get the final say so on whether she attends private school or not. So he does get that. But they've agreed to, if he makes that decision, they'll split it 50-50.
Like I'm in Atlanta.
So she's not in private school right now, but you're paying the extra money as if she is.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm actually I'm in Atlanta right now, obviously, and tomorrow I'm headed back to LA, and I'm gonna have.
Yeah, he said he's still in love with her, Queen. He said it. He said he's still in love with her. That's what he told me.
I do it as often as I can because I think that bond between big sister and little sister is beyond important. There's been a level of magic and happiness that, you know, my baby girl has brought into my teenager's life that was not there because she was the only child. And again, I really felt like I was marrying an example, right? And so I don't know. I think it's hard for people to empathize with a celebrity, with a millionaire, with a this or that, or you live in this, you drive in that. But I bleed like everybody else. My heart is literally broken into itty bitty pieces, and every single day, only through God am I trying to pick up one piece of my heart at a time, because there's nobody that could tell me that this was ever going to happen. I'm literally experiencing something, and I'm waiting on, I'm waiting on somebody to tell me I'm being punked, like this is a joke. It really feels like I'm in the Truman Show. It really feels like everything that I was in for 5 full years was all a game. It was all fake. And, and at the end of the day, it's really hard for people to listen to my feelings as a man without being triggered by it, without thinking, well, what did you do? And what did you say? And what, and you over here playing victim. And, I think what has happened over the years, and I give women hats off and credit for this, women have done an amazing job of normalizing expressing their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So when you hear a woman speak to being lied and cheated on or going through a really painful breakup, that dialogue it's welcome because they've normalized it. So when a man does it, and it's like, yo, man, shut up, man. Oh, you sound like you bitching and moaning and complaining, man. Just lick your wounds, man. They'll try and make you feel bad about expressing your actual thoughts and feelings. And then when men become suicidal, which I've never been, and I praise God for that, it's because we don't feel safe with expressing our thoughts and feelings. So what happens is we get shamed into being quiet. We get shamed into silence. So I may not be speaking, but it doesn't mean that the traumas and the pain and the depression and all of this anxiety and this stuff is not bouncing around in my head. So if you don't get it out of your mind, you lose your mind. You see, women have created this environment where they can call their mom, their sister, their friends, other women that are in other marriages, and they will get into that community of having dialogue and conversations about things and challenges and marriages. We as men don't do that. We get beat down for not expressing our feelings and emotions, and then when we do express our feelings and emotions, we get beat down for that too. So I just want y'all to know that I have no shame whatsoever in realizing that God is using me and Mama Tanya, Mitchell Grant, the best law firm in the world, to be a voice for the voiceless. If I'm getting my ass whooped on this level, and I could afford thorough, proper legal representation, the average man ain't got a fucking shot in the dark. I'm getting my whole head served on a plate for the whole world to see. And they're unapologetic about it. It's almost like, nah, what are you gonna do about it? We do this every day. Imagine you coming up in here thinking you're going to be able to say something and do something about it. This is what it is. And, irregardless of the role that he decided to play in this society as a sitting judge, he's a husband and a father too. And I think what has happened is the tribe of judges have perpetuated this narrative and this intention in and around just making sure that fathers don't have rights. And if you think that I'm sitting there making this all up, just go ask every father that's sitting in jail right now with photos of their child or children up on the wall in the jail, trying to figure out how did they get there. Just go ask me about every father who was making, $75,000 a year. They got dropped off the job and they were locked into a particular child support payment that they no longer could afford. And then they end up going to jail because they're in contempt of court based on a job that they had at $75,000 before they lost their job. How are you holding me to a particular child support fee, a monthly fee that I'm expressing to you, Your Honor, that I no longer can afford because I don't have that job anymore? You just can't win.
Hold on. Let's get this last one here, and then it'll be done. Hold on.
Period. So I just want y'all to know that I understand my job and I understand my assignment and I understand that
Wait a minute.
God is using
Wait.
me to be a voice
Hold on.
to use my stage and my platform to really speak up and speak out about things that's been going on right before our eyes for many years. And I'm gonna tell y'all, Tanya never wanted me to pay one invoice. She had a job to do that requires me to do so. But this woman, this lawyer, Tanya Mitchell Graham and her law firm, they've literally been trying to wrap this all up since the first letter came in. And 2.5 years later, here we are. So for all of the new clients that just came to Tanya Mitchell Graham, I understand why y'all joined. Trust me.
Oh
It
my
gets
God.
real
I
over
didn't know we were going to do it.
I just want y'all to know, man, like, listen, man, after you done bounced around the 10 different law firms with the meanest and the baddest, to then realize that even though they appear to be passionate about you and your rights and having a vested interest in wrapping it up, and it still appears that this is turned into 40 invoices, that is no accident. That's gaslighting and manipulation. She's been trying to wrap this up from the beginning. So for everybody just came to the law firm because they see how great of a job she's doing with me, it appears to be some L's right now. But watch and see what God's about to do.
Stay tuned.
God's got the last laugh. I promise you. Praise God in advance for what is already done. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right, brother. Thanks so much for taking the time.
So, hold on a second. So, Randy, what you said? Randy, what did you say? What did you just say? Randy, what did you just say? Hold on a second. Watch this. Hold on a second.
Welcome to wireless. Welcome. Iphone wireless.
What the heck did I do here?
Well, Verizon wireless.
What did I do? Freaking.
Welcome to Verizon wireless.
I screwed up on something. I stole the interview? Oh my God. Oh, but you can see my silhouette in the back of the on the window of the this printer. These people, man, they just love to hear. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead on and show you this part of my interview. Hold on a second. I want to show you this. This is before I started the interview. It was two of us in the room. Two of us that did the interview. Hold on a second. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Just 1 second. Just a second. I knew this was going to come up, so I decided to save this. So hold on a second. I knew this was going to come up, so I decided to take this. This is the guy that's in the van with me and myself. Okay, hold on. This is Tyrese. If you see the guy's hand on the side right there, that's the other guy's hand. And there's two cameras. You see that, right? See, there's two phones, mine and his. See, look. See the guys right here? Look.
Right?
Okay, hold on. There's more. Hold on. It's the same. Hold on. Since they wanna, I have no reason. Yeah, you can hear my voice. You can hear me laughing. You can hear me say to him, "I got a question for you." Okay, now you see the guy hand? That's Amari. That's Amari. That's me and Amari's on the side right here. That's his hand. He has his phone. We're both sitting inside of the Sprinter.
Right.
See, look,
Because that was one of
see
our
Amari?
biggest
That's
things,
him.
right?
And you,
I have to do it. I have to do an
We're about to do
interview.
an interview real
I
quick.
want to do an
These
interview.
These two journalists right here.
these two journalists. Did you hear him? Did you hear them say these two journalists? Myself and Amari. Those are the two that was in there. You see, he said, I got to do an interview with these two. And they said, these two journalists. Hold on, let's play it again.
For us, we're just going to have a brief discussion that we
Here we go. Listen to him again.
right, because that was one of our biggest things, right? I have to do it. I have to do an
We're about to do
interview.
an interview real
I
quick.
want to do an
These
interview.
These two journalists right here.
And we're gonna do an interview, and then for us, we're just gonna have a brief discussion that we
So there's two, myself, and you see his hand right there. So how am I stealing his stuff? And his hand is right there with his camera, and my camera is showing Tyrese. Come on now. I thought the person who said you didn't do it was playing. Dr. C, you come on now. You already know. Come on, you already know. And then hold on. I gotta show you. And this is the spot I'm always at, right? This is in front of the court. You see where I usually sit on the outside? You see where that guy with the yellow shirt is sitting out there? That's where I normally sit. No, it's the other guy said that. Hold on, I gotta show y'all. Thank you, Sibbo. These people, man, they're just so jealous. They just hate that I can get things done. You know, I shouldn't even be entertaining them. And look at this picture right here. You see me, the attorney, and you can see my silhouette in the outside. You see? Look at the outfit I got on. Look at the background. Look at the window, by the window. Look at the shirt I got on. See my shirt? See my shirt? Look at the window. I'm gonna play it. Watch. Look at the window. See the window? You see me? You can see my earrings. You can see me.
Income deviation, $8,500 for 3 reasons listed in the final judgment and decree, which were number one.
You see my badge? You see my name on the badge? Y'all see the badge, right? Y'all see me. Thumbs up for the shirt. Same shirt. Same shirt. Same badge. Well, as I was saying, that's the silhouette right there. And you saw the live. Yes, thank you, Sharon. You saw the live. You saw the live. Thank you, Sharon. Sharon said you was gonna do a live with him earlier, but the live cut off because he said no, he wanted to go. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, exactly. Hold on. We got the proof of the pudding on that one too. Hold on. Let's do that one. Hold on, y'all. today's date? What's today's date? Today's 23rd, right? There I go. Hold on. Uh, 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 uh. Okay. You see all my badges on my neck. Hold on, gotta step it for a second. Hold on. So thank you. Okay, thank you, Toria. Okay, they got my badges on my neck. Hold on. Okay, this is me outside. And
Should we have Winston to pull across the street over here or stay on this side?
see,
As it says no
Tyrese
parking.
right there.
Should we go to the right? We should go over here.
I'm just trying to get you in here. I'm just trying to get that live on. I said we're gonna do the video. You see me talking to him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You hear me talking to the man.
We'll go over there. Tell them.
Thank you, Tori. You helped me to remember. I mean, not Tori. That was Sharon. Thank you, Sharon, for remember that. I forgot I tried to do one live earlier, and we decided to do recording instead of doing a live. So that's how that happened. So, but okay, okay. Okay. Wait till the other stuff come. They're gonna really hate then. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to end this one here, and then remember I have that thing I need to read to y'all. I need to read that stuff that I was reading yesterday that I got. Yep. Hey, Spin 5. Thank you. Oh, I'm choking. Thank you, darling. Spin 5. Thank you, sis. Thank you so much. You know I miss you, right? You know I miss you. Thank you. You know this is my signature. You gotta go. See you later. You know this is my signature right here. This signature. My signature look. This is my favorite out of all my looks. My skin is glowing. Yeah, but I'm surprised because Queen E is a mod. To say something like that is wrong, period. You do not lie. Queen said I lied? I don't think she said I lied. Let me go back up and see. Let me see what Queen said. Let's see what Queen said. Folks have to continue to lie. No, she's not talking about me. She's talking about the folks that's lying. She's not talking about me. No, she's not talking about me. She said folks continue to lie. She talking about them lying on me. No. She didn't say I'm lying. She said folks continue to lie. She wasn't talking about me. My grandfather always said, when you know that you know. Yep. Yeah, that's what she meant. Toria, you misunderstood what Queen was saying. Well, I'm gonna go ahead on and end this live because yeah, it's only two of us that has this live. That's Amari and myself. Oh my gosh, I just messed up. I was supposed to be saving his number in my phone, and I dropped the last number by mistake. Go figure. I dropped the last number. He had given me his phone number, and when I was saving it in the phone, I messed it up. I dropped it by mistake. Hopefully he'll call me because we're supposed to get together on some other projects. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm telling you, Sharon, wait till they see what else God got in store for me. Wait till they see. They're gonna be really, really, really mad. They're gonna be so mad, they're gonna be punching the air. They're gonna be punching the air when they see what God has in store for me. Until that's a small. Thank you. You digging me out? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a number until I get his right number. Okay. Even the attorney gave me her number. I mean, guys, they gotta just stop hating on me. Really. You digging me? You know they're gonna be mad with this next. Well, I'm not saying nothing else because what's name's in the bushes. She gonna get me. She gonna get me. She's gonna get me. No. You're welcome, Frank. Okay, here's what I'm planning on doing. Keep it close to the vest. I am Queen. I am Queen. I am. Trust me. I'm gonna keep it close to the vest because let me tell you something. You had wine? No. This is I had this. No, I don't drink. Last time I drank was around Randa. That's the last time I drank. Brenda, that's the last time I drank anything was around you. Where's she at? God, I keep getting these phone calls. Cause what's for you is for you. Amen. Toria, no problem. It's all good. Don't worry to happen. God got this. Amen. We miss you, Spit. Yeah, we do. Keep it close to the vest. Hush, hush. What God has for you, nobody can take it. Amen. Where's Dr. TTH, y'all? I need Doctor. Where's Doc? Where's she at? Where's she at? Where's the doc at? Where's Dr. TTH? Where's Dr. TTH? Where's she at? Did she leave out of here? So where's the I'm trying to find Amari's because I know someone said he posted it. His name is AMIR. Anybody can find him on Twitter because then you'll see his angle. I need to You should write it up and publish it like an app and you can record for it to be cited. Write what up, Dr. C? You should write it up and publish it like an app. Like an op? I don't know what's an op. Because how? Doc, you telling me something foreign. I don't how? You could just write an opinion piece. Opinion piece? Oh, she wants me to do homework. Opinion piece. Lord have mercy. Oh. She wants me to do opinion piece. Oh my God. She wants my brains to hurt today. She wants my brain to hurt of blog entries, and then you will force it to be referenced. She wants me to do that. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. It is the same thing you do on YouTube, but in written format. Okay, I'll try. That means you want me to write a lot? Do you want me to write a lot? Tomorrow's back in court. We gotta be there early. Y'all ready for me to read this crazy stuff that this guy got? Don Russell, the stuff that he got written. Y'all ready for me to read that? Because you cracking me up, Dr. C. You cracking me up. Okay, hold on. Check this out. Somebody send me something. I have to head back to work. I'm gonna catch replay. Everyone enjoy your night. Good night, Monet. You don't have to write a lot. Just break down what happened in interview. Ashley, you part of this TCT Dr. C shenanigan? Okay. Okay. You're making my head hurt. You're making my brains hurt. You're making my brains hurt. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end this live, and I'm gonna start reading that Don Russell stuff. I'm gonna start reading that Don Russell stuff. I'll see you guys in a few. Okay. Lord is stretching you. Oh, Jesus, help me, Father. Help me, Father. Help me. Look at the time. Don't y'all like this blouse? I love this blouse. Don't you like Look at mediums, a way to start. Okay. Not say anything else. Oh, doc. That's why you're the doctor. My lips are sealed, she said. Okay. Now look at the time. Okay, could we my head is itching. Mm, Yeah, look at this. You look like my ball right here, right? But it's hair. See? The magic blouse. Simple, don't start. Don't start with the magic blouse. I came to let him use to be a vessel, and now correction, use me and to be a vessel. Okay, Dr. C. Okay. All right. Gotta y'all ready for the reading thing? Let's go ahead and read Mr. Russell's stuff. I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna start when I end this and retitle it. Okay. All right. See you guys in a minute. Did Tyrese sing Sweet Lady? No, he didn't. He didn't sing. He didn't sing at all. You know what? They had some chips in that Sprinter too. I should have got me some chips. Let me stop being greedy. They have food in there. Stop being greedy. Okay. I'll see you guys in a few. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a few. I'm gonna end this live, and then I'm gonna start the live with the thing that Don Russell has. Okay. All right. Talk to you later.